Before we begin our meditation, sit comfortably in your chair, feet flat on the ground, hands on each knee, sitting upright and comfortable. Or you can sit on the floor on a cushion with your legs crossed and each hand on your knee. And we'll begin with breathing. On my count, 4 counts inhale, 4 counts hold, and 8 counts slowly exhale and empty the lungs. And we'll do this for 3 cycles. Get comfortable, and you can close your eyes, and let's begin. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and hold it. 2, 3, 4, release. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, inhale. 2, 3, 4, and hold it. 2, 3, 4, and release slowly. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time. 2, 3, 4, and hold it. 2, 3, 4, and release. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and normal breathing. Relax and allow that relaxing feeling to descend from the crown of your head down, past your forehead, your eyelids, your cheeks, your jaw, your neck and shoulders, through your upper back, down your arms to your fingers, and gently down your torso, past your navel, your hips, your thighs, your knees, your calves, your ankles, your feet, all the way to your toes. And now let us begin. The more open your beliefs and imagination, the more likely you'll be able to move to a higher level of vibration. Living and working from a higher level of vibration allows you to connect and create with the universe. At the low levels of vibration, all effort is directed to the physical. Our actions are focused on only what we can see and touch. But as we learn to remove blockages and negativity, we begin to raise our awareness of possibilities. This can lead to tremendous power. Perhaps the lowest of all the lower vibration thoughts are fear and self-limiting doubts. When we get stuck in self-limitation and doubt, we often fail to follow through with the things that matter to us in the action stage. If we don't take some kind of action, it is likely that our level of manifestation will also be low. Take the magician, for example. She or he cannot sit passively by and do nothing. There are a number of things that go into a magical ceremony. While the average person may not understand what's happening, the magician, on some level, does. In performing magic, she or he is invoking the law of attraction. Even in the ridding yourself of the things you don't want, as the magician attracts the environment that she or he wills it to be. The Emerald Tablet of Hermes states, "As above, so below." Most of us know this, but do we remain aware of our thoughts that become emotions, that become outcomes? Or do we spend too much time in self-limitation, doubt, and fear? Think of anything you have ever accomplished and notice that you did not lack belief or trust in yourself, and you took action. This is the powerful key to manifestation, trusting yourself and learning to operate at higher levels of vibration by taking action even when the world tells you otherwise. Breathe in and breathe out. One more time. Breathe in deeply and breathe out. Be well.
Thank you. That was awesome.
That was pretty cool.
Oh, thanks, guys. I wasn't expecting that one, I'll have to tell you.
Well,
Well, you know,
I
it was a
gave.
surprise then, huh? I guess that was the one that we were supposed to hear.
That's right. And that actually goes right along with, um, you know, the topic for me that is about those of us that don't have someone on Valentine's Day and that get lost in those lower energies of
Oh yeah.
self-pity, or that we suddenly feel as if we can't function, then
Hmm.
we have to remember that, um, listening to our higher self, not being dependent on others for happiness, making sure that we reach out energetically to higher energy people for our happiness is also important. Wouldn't you say, Lana and Joe?
Yeah, I think so.
Definitely. Most
You know,
definitely.
I think people they pine for something without having any realistic thought about what they want in a lover or a partner, and in life. And like I said before, I think people confuse their soulmates. That they expect their soulmate to be their spouse, and a lot of times it is, but sometimes it isn't. And it doesn't mean that you don't love your spouse. It just means that sometimes there's other people, that truly qualify for being a soulmate. And you can also have more than one. too
That's
throughout
so
your life.
that is so serendipitous, Joe, because I was just playing with my angel cards and I pulled up the soulmate relationship card just as you were talking.
Oh
Oh,
my.
wow.
We're all about concurrence today, everyone.
Well,
Mhm.
Wow.
I want to say that we have Sunny from New York
Hi, Sonny.
wants to have
Hi,
an
Sunny.
angel reading, and we have Lily who wants to have a general angel reading, and we have Renee from Pennsylvania that is in the phone reading. So I'm thinking between our uploads today, because Joseph has a wonderful story upload. We are discussing shamanism and the paranormal Valentine aspect of all of this, which we will get to as well. And I think between messages, as we have just discussed, would you both mind doing a quick, just it's an in quick reading for Sunny from New York? And maybe if we keep it to flash readings, we'll be able to cover everybody.
Okay.
Sure. Well, I did pull up the soulmate relationship card in my angel deck. So
Wonderful. So that I guess that is Sunny. What that is what your how would you elaborate on that, Lana?
well, Sonny, whatever you've asked has something to do with a soulmate. A soulmate is someone you've lived another lifetime with, though not necessarily a romantic partner, as Joe was saying. You
Right.
can have many soulmates in your life. They're individuals that are part of your soul family, a group of individuals that tend to incarnate together from one lifetime to the next. So your soulmates can be just about anyone, siblings, parents, friends, a coworker, your boss, your spouse, or even someone that's been really horrible to you. You know, these individuals are here to help you live your purpose as you're here to help them live theirs. So it's a cooperative thing. Even when someone seems to be a negative influence in your life, we can sometimes look back and know we wouldn't have come to that place we were meant to be if it hadn't been for this person. So it's also possible that you've been carried, you're both carrying karma from your past lifetimes that will have an effect in this present moment. So, you know, a soulmate is usually someone you identify with without explanation. Like you've known them forever, and that's because you've known them before. So your soul recognizes their soul. So when you come into contact with one of your soulmates, there's undoubtedly a reason. We don't meet people by coincidence. It's all by grand design. So there's a purpose that needs to be fulfilled, and you're meant to affect each other's lives in some significant way. And that's what I have for you, Sunny.
Joseph, what do we let's just do one card once today because that will
Okay.
help us go quicker.
Well, um, what I have displayed here is really quick. I do see that the Three of Cups in his past tells me about love lost. And it was probably something that he felt was ideal. However, the Nine of Pentacles in the present day is telling him that it doesn't happen. Love doesn't just happen. He has to be able to listen, and he has to be able to accept a lot about a person because nobody is perfect. And when the fantasy wears off, he has to be careful in the future of trying to hold this person up to some high ideal, you see. And that's what he's being cautioned against. It's like, you know what, Sonny, um, when you do meet this person and it's really good, do not spoil it. Okay, because you are likely to meet somebody within about 10 months that you're going to really like, and they're going to seem like they fit the bill, but you're going to be questioning everything, and you're not going to be living in the present, and you need to do that with this person, and you have to accept them for who they are, and like I said, do not hold them up to some high standard of somebody that you used to know in the past.
Very good, wise words. I would add to that, Sunny, that the most important thing you can do is quit trying so hard. One of the things that comes through as a general principle for 2018 is that sometimes the things that we try to force into our life to happen are oftentimes not meant to happen because of the very fact we're forcing them to. If it's the story that comes to us as a writer that flows in a matter of a minute or 2 hours, or it's the relationship or friendship that is our soulmate that comes effortlessly. But if we are forcing the agenda with the people, making them be our soulmates, so to say, or forcing them into our circle of people, then already we've lost the higher vibration that Lana was talking about. And we've also done what Joseph has said, which is ruin a good thing by forcing the agenda. So relax and just let things happen and stop disbelieving that you can make your year go absolutely fabulously with the right people just by doing less instead of more.
Wow.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm going to go and I'm going to go into Joseph's. Joseph has a download, and then we will go into Anna, who is in the room. Anna wants to know, she has, see, um, she has a general financial reading she wants to talk about, or she
Uh,
has. And we have Renee inside the call room. So, and we have Lily. So let's go to Joseph's download. And Joseph, do you want to say something about this?
I think it's self-explanatory. Yeah, just let it play, I guess.
I love this
All
story,
right.
Joe.
Oh, thanks. The legend of Saint Valentine. In about 270 AD, in the days of Emperor Claudius II, Rome was involved in many bloody and highly unpopular campaigns. The emperor had to maintain a strong army and believed that Roman men were unwilling to join the army because of their strong attachment to their wives and families. Therefore, Claudius banned all marriages and engagements in Rome. A priest named Valentine defied Claudius and continued to perform marriages in secret. When Valentine's actions were discovered, he was arrested and dragged before the prefect of Rome, who condemned him to be beaten with clubs, stoned, and beheaded. The sentence was carried out on February 14th in about the year 270 AD. Legend also has it that while in jail, Valentine left a farewell note for the jailer's daughter, who had become his friend, and signed it, "From your Valentine." For his great service, Valentine was named a saint after his death. About 11 other saints having the same name, Valentine, are commemorated in the Roman Catholic Church, and nobody is sure exactly which one is the Saint Valentine. It is believed that perhaps he is a composite of 2 or 3 different priests who were also martyred around that time. During the Middle Ages, it was believed that birds paired in mid-February. This was then associated with the romance of Valentine. Although these legends differ, Valentine's Day is widely recognized as a day for romance and devotion.
Awesome.
Nice.
Well, you know, I
Well,
should have added a guillotine noise there, shouldn't I? If
well,
I was feeling better, I would have been wittier about it, I suppose.
well, I want to say my upload is about a cougar and a young man that have a Valentine relationship on a red heart-shaped bed. So I'm going to do that at the end of the show. But
Wow.
Ooh,
and
That
it's
sounds
complete with
kinky.
that
actually
sounds
my
like it
mother
needs
wrote.
chocolate.
Yeah, it
My
does. It eats
My mother wrote
chocolate.
it. My mother wrote it. She's a published author, and I said, "Mom, how would you like to write a story for the show?" So this was her story, and
Oh, wonderful.
so she was the one that is the guilty party, and I just said the story as she wrote it to me. But it's
Well,
the end of
that's
the show.
cool.
It
Yeah,
is.
Um,
that's
That's really
awesome.
cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
my mother is 88, and she is now going on her fifth published book,
Oh
and she
my.
is now writing another one. So I only hope I can be following steps. But anyway, let's talk about the paranormal. I want to say, Victoria, you have a heritage of shamanism in yourself, don't you?
I do. I do. I've been I've been guided by my four. I call them my grandmothers, but they really are much more than that. Four guides since I was 1.5. I died when I went down a bunch of stairs. I rolled down there, and I should have broke my neck, according to the doctors,
Oh my.
decades later. But for some reason, something broke my fall, and when my mother found me at the bottom of these stairs, it's like 25 stairs, wood. I was laughing, and I only had a few stitches that I needed for my ear. Yeah, really, I've been laughing ever since. So yeah, I've been on this
Oh my.
this trip for a long time, folks, and yeah, it runs in our family. Most Filipinos are medium mediumistic, meaning they can talk to and see spirits. So it's just part of our culture. And we see into a lot of things in nature. And my story today uh, is just one of those stories. It's tied to my own volcano, which is the most perfect volcanic cone in the world. And when it starts to erupt, there's a story that goes with it. I hope you guys like it. But yeah, I've been
Um,
doing
we've
this for
been
a long time.
I wanted to say, Lana, hold on, I don't know, but I sent it to Joe or to Bill, and I'm not sure if he got. Yeah, he did.
Oh good.
He
Okay.
did get it in there. Okay, so I want to say though that Joseph, you've had some paranormal stuff going on in your basement, haven't you?
Oh yeah, well with this house, we have a haunting in this house that we in which we live now. And it's something that I'm glad somebody else noticed, because you it's it's always sounds like somebody's watching TV upstairs if you're in the basement. And when I first moved in here, I used to think that it was my friend upstairs watching TV in his office. But every time I'd go up there, the sound would just disappear, and the room would be dark, and he's in bed, you know.
Wow.
And one time I went up there and I woke him up because I thought he was calling me, and I freaked him out because he was asleep, you know. So I thought, okay. We talked about it. He says, yeah, he hears it too, and he was aware that when he first moved in, he would often feel somebody sitting next to him on the bed. You'd feel the bed go down.
Mm.
And I know that feeling because I've had that myself with different apartments I used to live in. And I also noticed it here whenever I would sleep on the couches upstairs or take a nap. I felt a dog climb up on the bed, on the couch, but it wasn't Bugsy. Because I wake up and look over
Oh,
and he's
wow.
not there. So, yeah, and
That's
sometimes the
cool.
toilet will flush, in the basement. And I'm
The
always trying to
bathroom
figure
ghost.
out,
I always get a
yeah,
kick out of bathroom ghosts.
yeah.
Um,
And, I always look for, a reasonable explanation, because I always believe you should be skeptical. And
yes.
I always try to weed out what it could possibly be. And we have not found an explanation for this. Now, I also did hear voices, and I wasn't the only one that heard it. We noted that actually a friend of ours thought he heard somebody yelling outside, just outside the window. But he looked out and there's nobody there. But it seemed to be coming from inside and not quite inside, you know? And it's
That would
like
be
you kind of,
residual. I think that would
yeah,
be residual
yeah.
energy.
And actually too, I heard it before falling asleep one night. It actually seemed to be like like it was an electrical current hanging in the air as I heard these bursts of audio. It was like a flash,
Yeah. Yeah.
just
Wow.
kind of hanging there. Yeah. And I thought,
Yeah,
okay,
what is
it's
that
something that you don't.
at my studio? And I don't know what it is. I mean, my studio has had some energy going on in it. But when I fall asleep, every time I fall asleep, it's like somebody claps their hands or like a pop,
Yes.
like a like an earache. What is that?
Ooh, energy release.
Yeah.
Somebody's trying to talk to you.
Energy relief? Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's like it and more people have felt that. Like my guests will say that they wake up and they hear a they say it's like something exploded or something popped. And yet I love the feeling in my studio. It's very warm, but whenever you
Yeah.
fall asleep, it's as if that time when you're sleeping is the time that that pop or that explosion type sound happens. So I
Maybe
don't
you're
know
not
what it is.
supposed to sleep in that area.
Well, also too though, when you're traveling from the physical into the astral and back, that's an energy jump. And so when you
Mm.
pop back in to the physical, you'll hear it.
But it's
So it's like
just
a
in that
static.
house, Lana. It's just
Yeah.
in that house.
Well, maybe you're sitting on a portal, Annie.
Well,
A portal
and
potty.
it is a place where you do all of your most of your readings and
That's it.
stuff like
Yep, it
that.
is. It
So
is.
that is the place that it would be, like what Lana says, I mean, maybe you're not on a portal, but you have created this energy place, though,
A
you see.
vortex. Yeah.
You have
Hmm.
this is your just like my office is my energy. Luckily, I can't take a nap in here. um,
Um,
but that's why I don't do this in my bedroom. That's why I don't do tarot readings in my room or anything like that,
oh,
because that's not where I want to place that energy. Otherwise, I'll never sleep. you
I
know.
just when I go to I work all the time giving readings, but when I'm
I
at
know.
nighttime, I put everything in a little box and shut the lid, and that just I don't have
It
any
always
problem
works.
after that.
It's-
I always
That's
do that, and it's fine. Well, okay, we have a little call here. So, and then after, I'm going to do one for Renee. I think it's, and I want to make sure
who's
that um, Renee on the phone. And hello, Renee, how are you?
I'm fine. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody.
Happy
Thank
Valentine's
Thank you
Day,
you.
so.
Renee.
Happy
And
Valentine's
everything
Day.
was very beautiful, the meditation and your story about Valentine and everything. I love it, and I know I'm going to love yours, Anne Marie.
It's my mother's imagination, so I'm
Hmm.
really it's fun. So anyway, what can we do for you today, sweetie?
Okay, we can do, since she's Lana also in combination, we can do either romance, but also to bring out the magic in me. So you can pick whatever you get.
Bring out the magic in Renee. So,
Oh,
what do you start
wow.
out with, Lana? That's a wonderful
Well,
reading.
I'm
One
sorry.
my
What
card.
was the?
We're going to search for energy to bring out the magic in her.
Okay.
my
That's
angel
awesome.
cards, I pulled out a helpful person. So someone wants to help you, Renee. So we want to think of whom that might be and initiate contact. So your angel guides are telling you this message that sometimes we're in a situation or circumstance in life where we need assistance. And you may feel that you're not the type of person that asks for help, and or maybe you don't know who to ask. The angels are here with the message that there are times in our lives when we're just in need of support in some way, and it's okay to seek assistance from others. In fact, it's good to allow others to help us, as that opens up the energy of giving and receiving. And this may actually help to fulfill another person's life lessons of learning to be more helpful, caring, nurturing, toward others. So to open yourself up to receive the assistance, Renee, put your intention out to our source creator and the angels and ask that they bring someone into your life, or ask them to show you who in your life is supposed to help you. So you might have a dream about this person, or this person may just pop into your mind, or they might be the one to initiate contact with you. However the helpful person comes to you, it doesn't matter. Just be sure that you're open to receiving assistance from the universe, and they'll appear.
Oh, and Lana, I'm just going to say this real quick. You know what? I pulled up universe. I do channeling cards, and it says the universe will show her the right path to take to reach her goal. So I guess I'm right there with you on this. What do you have, Joseph?
Well, I pulled up the reverse Knight of Pentacles. Okay, which tells me that if she is in a committed relationship, she might be feeling a little bored with it, and really the best solution for that, as recommended by this card, is that she needs to communicate what she needs and what she wants from this other person, because she's being reminded that most people are not mind readers. And I know that very often when you are a partner with someone, you expect them to always know what you need. That's not always going to be, and it's not fair to do that. However,
Joseph, that could be someone she works with. That could also
right,
be someone in her family.
right. And if she is looking for love, I'd say this is not the time to settle down, and that it's far better that if you're out to have a good time, that you need to be very upfront with those people about what you expect. And this also applies to your other relationships, like what Anne Marie had said. This could even be about someone, how you handle yourself at work, or to your employees perhaps, or to people that are under you, or those that you work with, or whatever situation it is. You must communicate what you want. A lot of times we expect people to pick up on these things, and they are caught up in their own lives. But it also shows here that if you do ask for what you want and need, you may well get it. You see,
All
it
right.
will work.
We're going to go straight into the Mayan volcano legend.
Cool.
Thank you, all of you.
You're welcome.
This is the legend of the Mayon volcano and the love story of Panganoron and Magayon. Long ago, in a place called Ibalon, there lived a beautiful maiden, and her name was Daragang Magayon, the lovely one. She was the daughter of Makusog, the strong one, chief of the tribe. One day, Daragang Magayon strolled near the river. While crossing the river, she stumbled on a rock and fell quickly into the water and was swiftly swept downstream by the current. "Help me! Help me!" she cried. Fortunately, her cries were heard by Pangoronon, the proud one, and his bodyguard, Amihan, the cold one. Pangoronon jumped into the river, and he saved Daragang Magayon. Thank you for risking your life to save me," she cried. "How can I repay you? My father's the chief of our tribe. Surely he will reward your heroism with whatever it may take." Her beauty immediately captivated Pangoronon. He realized that he had finally met the perfect woman for him. And at the same time, Daragang Magayon was instantly in love with him. Panganoron asked Makusog's permission to marry Daragang Magayon, but Makusog couldn't permit the marriage. Tribal law forbade marriage outside of the clan, and as tribal leader, Makusog had to enforce the law. And yet, as a father, he wanted to make his daughter happy. Meanwhile, Patuga, the eruptive one, learned about Panganoron's intention. Patuga was the most ardent suitor of Daragang Magayon. For years he had been convincing her to marry him, but to no avail. One night, Patuga and his cohorts kidnapped Makusog, and then he sent word to Daragang Magayon that her father would die if she didn't marry him. Without a choice, she acceded, and only then did Patuga release Makusog. Soon, Patuga and Daragang Magayon were wed. But in the midst of the merrymaking, pandemonium broke out when Panganoron and his men arrived. Fighting ensued between the two tribes, and in a few minutes, Panganoron fatally struck Patuga. However, during the skirmish, a poisoned arrow, shot from seemingly nowhere, fell and hit its mark in Daragang Magayon's breast. Panganoron rushed to her aid, and as he knelt over the dying Daragang Magayon, an enemy hacked his head off. After the battle, Daragang Magayon was buried, and her death was mourned all over the land. And where she was put to rest, a mountain mysteriously appeared. Today, this mountain is known as Mayon. It is said that even in death and in another form, she is still haunted by the men who loved her. When Mayon is said to erupt, this is Patuga challenging Panganoron. But when Mayon is calm, Panganoron is embracing her. The tears of Panganoron are shed as rain, and at times in his grief. Until today, many are still delighted by the love story behind the legend of the Mayon volcano. You can visit Mayon volcano in the province of Bicol in the Republic of the Philippines.
Awesome. That's a beautiful
You know,
story, and I love
it
your
is.
background music.
Oh, I love that. And I have to say, I am very, very impressed with the way Bill has handled this type of show today. You
Oh
know,
my
to
gosh,
really,
thank you, Bill. Thank you.
Yes,
yes,
thank
it
you
is
very much, Bill.
wonderful. And I love that last piece. That just is just so amazing.
And we have so many head choppings today. Valentine priests getting their heads chopped off.
There's something
Maya's
romantic
getting
about
their head
it.
chopped off.
Is that what
I
you
have a
mean by
whole
losing head over love? I mean,
Head over heels.
head over heels.
head
Yes.
under heels, head in a basket.
You'll get it. Well, I think we should do a quick reading, and I do want to get my upload in there before the show ends. And so we're going to go to Lily from Washington, who
Okay.
wants to have a general. Oh, and we have Jan just popped on too.
I've got something for
Lily
Joy.
and Jan, I'll try to get to you. Um, I worked hard on my upload, so I'm selfish enough that I want to get it on there. So this is Lily, and she wants a general reading. Victoria, Lana.
Hey, Lily, I'm in Gig Harbor. Woohoo! Um, Listen, I drew the Dream Big card out of my deck, which says let go of small thoughts about yourself and see yourself succeeding. You know, your life and all you can accomplish is the beautiful dream. It's as simple as using your vision and imagination to see yourself and your life exactly as you wish it to be. So remember, you are a powerful co-creator with God. Your soul is a part of that divine source energy, and its wish is to expand and be one with that source energy, which accomplishes everything. Now, the color green comes to mind as I'm speaking to you. Green connected to your heart chakra, which is Venus. You know, the unconditional love within ourselves and for ourselves that will assist us with manifesting our dreams. It doesn't serve our infinite spiritual potential to think that we're not good enough or can't accomplish something because we lack in some area of our lives. Those thoughts are just an illusion. We must love ourselves, and that's our theme today, love, aloha. Believe in ourselves and dream big. So see yourself in this infinite potential of abundance, prosperity, and success, and all good things that you wish for to accomplish will come true. And know that you can make your dreams a reality. So much aloha to you.
Okay, I'm going
I
to add very quickly, because I came up with the channeling card of awareness that says when she focuses on those positive things about herself and in others, she'll be amazed how much more positive, people and positive vibrations come back at her. So if she's been feeling a little negative lately, really work hard to try to see yourself naked and beautiful, or try to see yourself and or others around you and see their good qualities. I think you'll be blessed double. Joseph, what do you have?
I drew up the Four of Swords, which tells me that she may want to take a break from things, possibly from work or from a certain social situation or situations. She's being cautioned against pushing too hard, and she's also being cautioned that if she's not the one pushing, somebody else might be pushing too hard, and she shouldn't be afraid to say no. Okay.
Wonderful.
And that when people say no to her, she should take them at their word, because she's being cautioned about pushing. Okay, so it's all about don't push, chill. And if you're being pushed, take a chill break. Really.
All right.
That's my message.
All right. I'm going to do my quick upload, and this is about a wonderful cougar that saw herself beautiful in the eyes of a 33-year-old man and
Oh,
their
wow.
heart-shaped bed.
Okay.
Valentine stories are about love interests, right? Is who loves who and why and whether the love is new and exciting or old and mellow. But one time there was this couple that got it all mixed up. She was old and excitable, and he was young and mellow. She was 69 years old, going on 70. He was probably somewhere around 33 years old. Undeniably, there was some sort of spark between them. She was sort of sophisticated, even if less prosperous than she would have liked to be, and had to find her glamorous clothes at upscale consignment shops. He was at the beginning of what he intended to be a prosperous career, and had reluctantly invested in an automobile that cost him most of his salary. They kept these circumstances to themselves as they began indulging in long talks during cocktail hour at the local bistro. She advised him to buy excellent insurance so he would be protected during his exciting business endeavors. He told her of sound investment opportunities that would safely increase her financial nest egg. They agreed to make one another their beneficiary because it was hard to know who to trust these days, and they had such a good relationship. Inevitably, over time, many martinis led to more. And afterward, he said he was sorry, and she said, "Don't be. It was wonderful." They made plans to spend Valentine's weekend at a resort where people would think they were mother and son, and they wouldn't have to offer explanations to anybody. She put together a nice wardrobe that would demonstrate her prosperity and self-esteem. He got a haircut and bought a silk robe that went well with his rippling muscles. He convinced her to check into the resort hotel first.
There you are, Miss Levy, room
Because
117.
they would push her into paying the tab.
Tony?
Yes.
Take these
She
bags
did
up to
so
117, please.
without reluctance, because it would give her time to make arrangements for the evening, and she brought along a flask of martinis to get things off to a good start. He had plans too, and calmly made his way up to the resort's back stairwell to surprise her. He, too, had a generous supply of liqueur in his overnight bag. She excitedly opened the door when he knocked, and he entered quietly, confident that he knew what he was doing. They each retrieved their refreshments, laughing over how they had both planned ahead so well. She poured him a drink from her flask, and he poured her a drink from the bottle in his overnight bag. And then they had another. Within moments, each was sound asleep, or seemed to be. Alas, she could never collect his insurance because he hadn't purchased any, and she would never know that because she never woke up from her nap on the lovely heart-shaped resort bed. Sadly, he would never collect as the beneficiary of her estate because she didn't have an estate, and it really didn't matter because he never woke up from his nap either. And to this day, whoever sleeps in that room can hear their cries.
Wow.
Wow, I just got chicken skin over that one. Whew.
Wow.
Thank you. That's from my mama. She wrote that story just in
Wow.
about 2
Wow.
hours. We have to not
That's
forget
great.
Anna. Anna says that she would like to have, hello, Anne-Marie, Joseph, and Victoria. Can I please have a general financial reading for the next 3 months? And the way that we're doing that is, Anna, Victoria, do you want me to go on this one, or do you want me to?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead on that
Okay.
one.
Okay. So 3 months, I have February is the month of magnetism, it says. This is the month where you just seem to be running into stuff that increases your chances to buy little things that you didn't think you'd really have money for. If you need a new car, this may be the good month to start thinking about it. But beware of March, the Ides of March. It
Uh-oh.
says that's not a good month for you for finances, maybe because you spent too much money in February. And in April, also, you are seen as kind of making up for any kind of large purchase you may have made in February. So, March, good. February and March, watch out. What do you have?
Well, I've got that. I pulled up the Eight of Pentacles, okay, and that is a reminder to her that she needs to keep her nose to the grindstone because in order to be successful in the near future, she's going to have to play her part. You see, there will be no get-rich schemes, and the truth is there is no free lunch. So if she does her part, she will be glad that she did. She really will. She really will, because a lot of this could be very good with the Eight of Pentacles, even though it's upside down. It just means that, you know what, it's going to take some old-fashioned hard work, and she will do well as long as she remembers that.
All
Okay?
right. Lana, we have 1 minute and 43 seconds left. Do you want to say anything intelligent and inspirational? Lana, are you there?
Oh, did we lose Lana?
I think we
I'm
lost
here.
Lana.
I'm here.
Oh,
Sorry
okay.
about
Okay, Lana, are you there?
I have a quickie little prayer that I would like to share with
All right.
everybody, and
Okay,
it's really
great.
fast, so here we
Good.
go.
Okay.
O miraculous Mother, with inspired confidence, I call upon thee to extend thy merciful kindness, so that thy powers of perpetual help will protect me and assist me in my needs. Please grant my wishes for love and happiness. And so it is.
Blessings, Lana. Blessings, Joseph. And thank you
Thank
so,
you.
so much. All right.
You're
We have
welcome.
49 seconds. So 1, 2, 3. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Aloha!
Bye-bye. Happy
Bye-bye.
Valentine's Day.
Yes.
Psychic radio, holistic radio, spiritual radio.